Hey guys, it's Chef D. So today we're gonna make a pistachio crusted lamb, pureed, sunchoked, and sauteed broccoli rabe. So if you've never seen a sunchoke, this is what it looks like. Sometimes they come in a bag. Sometimes the store will package them up, but they kind of look like a ginger root. So the funny thing is, this is a good alternative to a potato. It actually tastes and smells like an artichoke. So another popular name that you will hear for it is a Jerusalem artichoke. There's also several other names that they call it, but sunchoke and a Jerusalem artichoke are the two most popular names. You usually can leave the skin on. You just have to scrub them really good. It's good to get like those kitchen brushes and just scrub them really good to get the dirt off of them. I chose today to boil them and remove the skin. That's kind of taken away from them. They're not the cheapest thing in the world, but if you get an opportunity to try sunchokes, I would highly recommend. It is so good. It's good with the skin on or skin off. You can pickle them, you can saute them, you can roast them, you can fry them, deep fry them, have sunchoke chips. I've made that. You can make a crumble or crumb out of them. I feel like Bubba from the movie, like all the shrimp. But anyway, so it's so much that you can do with sunchokes. I decided to just do the easiest thing is to puree them with some heavy cream and salt, which is what you see. So I'm gonna do that in just a minute. They're kind of cooling down. If I need to reheat them, I can stick them in a pot and just kind of warm them up really quick. So with the lamb, here are the little lamb chops. These are the pistachios. I've added some thyme, some rosemary, and some kosher salt. So what I'm gonna do to get it to stick and adhere to the lamb is I am going to have mustard and honey. This is a good base, and I'm gonna brush it over the lamb and then add my pistachio crust to it. And then I'm going to pan sear it for just a couple of moments, and then I'm gonna stick it in the oven for about 3 to 5 minutes. It just kind of depends. I want it to be pretty well cooked, but I don't want to like make it like well done because it dries it out. I've also kind of cut some of the fat off. That's good to do. Kind of fry it and to render the fat out of it so that if you want to use and make a sauce with it, you can. So we're gonna go in. I'm going to pulse this. You're gonna just pulse it until it gets kind of rough, because you kind of still want a lot of the pistachios kind of have little, chunks. You don't want it too fine. Okay, I'm done pulsing it because it was loud as all get out. And this is an absolutely good processor. It is the Hamilton Beach. I absolutely love it. And it's actually, it has a little suction cups on the bottom. But it is a good processor, especially, if you're not like really heavy into processing things. But even for the most experienced people, this is a really good one. But a novice, the buttons are really easy. It's like 1, 2, 3, and then post. So I would say get a Hamilton Beach. I am going to start my assembly here. I want to put the coating on first and then kind of dip it and dredge it in the crust. So I did put a little bit of salt and pepper, not a lot. When you use the pistachios, unless you're shelling them yourself, it's really difficult to find raw pistachios that are already shelled. So you're either gonna find the roasted ones, black pepper ones. I happen to find lightly salted, but it's still salted. So I didn't wanna add any more salt, and then it just kind of ruins the taste of the meat. So that's why I didn't put a lot, and that's why you didn't really see me do it. So I just did probably a little bit more pepper than salt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and brush the lamb, and then I'm gonna take it and dredge it into the pistachio. And I would say just, be liberal with it. It's no big deal. It's gonna give it a sweet, tangy. I use Dijon mustard, and with this, You know, there's really no measurement. I can give you the measurement, but you might want to tweak it to make it your own. You might want to add more honey, which is what I did. But then there are days when I want to just add more mustard. As you can see, they're tiny. Sorry, I'm making a mess, but it's so good. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and just dredge them, heating up with some canola oil and also a little bit of butter. You know, I always tend to want to put butter in with the oil. I don't want to just do butter because it will burn. So when you add it, mix it with the oil, it helps it in. Plus the butter gives it a more rich taste. Do this, and I'm gonna place these in here. Like I said, you're only gonna put it in the pan for like 3 minutes because you just want to pan sear it, and then stick it in the oven, which I have it preheated at 400 degrees. And you're only gonna do it for like 3 to 5 minutes because these are tiny. They're tiny. Now, if it's bigger, we have to test it, and that's where you get a meat thermometer. That's always good to have. Medium rare, kind of like the rule of thumb. I have it in the back because I wanted it on the AccuSimmer. Put it on medium, hand sear these. And I want you to just see how it has the different sizes of pistachio. All right, so I'm ready to put them in. I don't know if you can hear them sizzling, but they are starting to sizzle. You don't want to crowd the pan too much. 3 is enough, absolutely enough. I'm gonna control this just a little bit. Okay guys, so I've seared them on both sides. Don't be afraid. It did kind of burn, but that's okay. It's not, I mean, they're fine. They're fine. You just place them on your baking sheet. And we're gonna put it in the oven for about 5 minutes because I want it medium well. And I'll test, you know, I'll check them out and test them and see. And I like the copper skillets. They're easy to clean. It looks crazy, but I'm telling you, copper skillets are like great. I mean, I have other ones, but that's just something I love. So we're on to the sunchokes or Jerusalem artichokes. I did put in some heavy cream, and then just do, I would say, a half a cup of heavy cream, but you know, tweak it to fit you because you may not want as much cream. You may not want cream at all. You can actually do like a chicken or vegetable stock and just season them pretty good. But I'm gonna go ahead and blend these because you want them super smooth if you're doing a puree. Like I said, you can also saute them. Oh, they're delicious when you saute them with salt and pepper, but just go ahead. This is noisy too, and this is another good appliance to have. Edit name, it's not oyster, Ulster. Okay guys, it's been about 5 minutes. I'm definitely gonna take it out now because I don't want my lamb to be well done. Ooh, it looks so good. Ooh, okay. So once you get it out of the oven, you want it to rest for about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna let it rest. I know you see a big pot. So this is for my broccoli rabe. I've explained it in an earlier video. Anytime you're working with green vegetables, you want to blanch them. So that means you want to boil your water, salty water. You only want to put your vegetables in there for just a few minutes to give it a bright green color. Then you shock them by putting them in the ice water bath. Once you shock them, you take them out of the water bath, you saute them in like some butter or water, a little bit, like maybe a teaspoon or 2. You don't want to fry them, you just want to get them back warm again. So that's why I have the water boiling, because I'm going to start on my broccoli rabe. I have my sunchokes pureed. So what I'm going to do is, once this is all together, I'm going to put it in a little saucepan, heat it up really quick just to bring it back up to temperature, and ready to plate. Okay guys, I'm so excited. So we're done. This is the finished product. I am dedicating this to my late grandmother, Laura White. She loved lamb, fish, and tea. So this is dedicated to her, but I'm also going to surprise one of my uncles, Uncle Ricky, with some of this lamb. So it's the Pistachio Crusted Lamb, broccoli rabe, and my Sunchoke puree. I hope you try this dish. It is delicious. And let me know. I will be sending the recipe Also, please like and subscribe below, and I'll see you soon. Bye.